All right, Isa, how about we start with just a few words about you, what you do, where you are, just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm a mom of three. I live in the US. I have been in network marketing for a few years, some unsuccessful, some more successful now going forward. I also nanny on the side, and I have three kids, and then I have an extra 3 to 4 kids. So I'm busy. I'm busy. I've learned how to manage it all somehow with Eva's help, and I'm happy to share how I did that.
Love that. 3 to 4 kids. Yes, you are busy, very busy. So is it three of your own? And the fourth is the
Yeah, so it's three of my own and then 3 or 4 extra. So a
oh,
total of seven.
so that's like a kindergarten. It's not even,
Yeah.
it's definitely a kindergarten. So Isa, how about we just start with where you were at, what was going on for you when we met, and what inspired you to join us?
Sure. So when I first started network marketing, it was kind of like I was putting in hours and hours and hours of work, and it wasn't really going anywhere. So in the meantime, I started a cake business. And I mean, the cake business, if you looked at just the money part, would be successful because
Yes,
I was making about 3 to 5
yeah,
5K a month.
yeah.
But the hours that I was putting in and the time that I was putting in, I was actually burnt out. I was, shooing my kids out of the kitchen. I was not spending any time with them because cakes take a long time. So basically, most of my week was just organizing where I have room in the fridge, how I'm going to get the order out, nobody touch anything. So it wasn't the ideal life. And if you're talking only about money, it was okay, but it was definitely not worth it for the amount of work I was putting in. So I was very frustrated, very confused because I was putting in time in the cake, time in network marketing, and I wasn't seeing the kind of return I would like in my actual life.
Yeah.
So that's how I found TIR. Actually, somebody invited me, just like most of you here are invited by somebody. They invited me. The best part was I was going on vacation. So I watched the entire week in like a day and a half. I did all the work, and I was very hesitant to join because, when you're working so hard to make so little money or so much money, you have a family, you have a
Yeah.
house, you have bills, to spend something on just like education, you don't think of it at first as an investment. You think of it, oh my gosh, I'm going to spend all this money. I'm not going to be able to get the money back. But taking this course has really, changed my mindset about investing in yourself,
Yeah.
investing, getting an outcome. And I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's where I was overworked. I was being mean to my kids. It wasn't the kind of parent I wanted to be. I was fighting with my husband. I was not making the amount of money I wanted to make. And you know what? Even if I was, I had no time to even use it because all I was doing was working. So,
Yeah. And you were tired. You
yes,
were
I was very,
tired. And I think a lot of what you say, that irritability, and it's because you were just exhausted doing all this work and also not seeing results for it, right? That you were wanting, especially from the network marketing business.
and
But
I feel like a lot of people can relate because we do all this work.
yeah,
And at the end of the day, we think we're going to be happy doing it, and we're not because, first of all, we're overtired.
yeah,
Second of all we have to do is work, 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 work. We can't enjoy anything because as soon as we stop, it's all going to go away, which is like the lack mindset, right? And you just don't know when to quit,
hmm,
but also don't know what to do to go forward.
yeah,
So,
totally, totally resonate. So, we are like, I think this is the feeling that we all get, at certain point in our businesses. Okay, Isa, so like, what are some of your biggest transformations, some biggest wins from doing this mentorship? What's changed?
so I hit some 5 figure months. So my biggest month has been $12,000.
Woo!
Um, that's working very little compared to what I have been working. Now I want to make it clear, not every month is $12,000, right? But
Yes.
I've hit 5K months, working about 2 hours, an hour and a half a day, still
Mhm.
being able to like hang out with my family, being a nice person, and teaching my kids. So I have actually a great story because I feel like the way that I was raised and a lot of the things that I was taught, I didn't realize that's how you move forward with your money mindset and everything, right? That I learned a lot in this course. But my daughter has started doing this thing where she's like, I want to buy today. And I'm like, you want to spend your money? She's like, yeah, there's money everywhere. I'll just get more tomorrow. And it's like the best feeling because I feel like I didn't grow up that way. And
Yeah.
it took me 30 plus years to get to that point. So just seeing somebody so little, so confident, so abundant, so like happy to do these things, I feel like this course is just worth it just for that, right?
Yeah.
But I've become more patient. A lot of the things that I've learned, I'm actually teaching to my kids. So if you're a parent, you know that you want to teach all the good things, right? We're generational breakers. We want to not do what our parents did to us, have time for our kids. We see all that going on, but maybe that's you. Maybe that's something that you're wanting to do. Um, their mindset is probably the biggest way that you can help them. And I know that we want to be positive and we want to show kids and we want to give them everything, but that's not necessarily the way to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teaching them skills that they need to cope, the skills that they need to make their own money, to appreciate the toys. How many times, especially if you have kids, do you give your kid a toy and all of a sudden 5 minutes later it's like laying on the ground and you're like, oh my gosh, you're not grateful, you can't appreciate anything. That's actually our doing, right? Because we're trying to give our kids things instead of giving them our time. And I think this has really taught me, TIR has really taught me how to put intention into everything that I do. So I've been kind of nailing down, okay, I'm putting in intentional time towards spending with my husband, intentional time. We've been going out to the water park every day this week, and it's been the most fun I've had in like, I don't know. So just knowing that you can have fun in your business, it's not constantly work, 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 work,
Yeah.
and you're making money and enjoying yourself. I feel like that in itself is like, who wants to raise their hand and do that?
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. Fun in your business, teaching your children how to life skills, right? Life skills, how to make money, how to appreciate things, how to get good grades, be confident. My goodness, this is like, I remember back in the days when I was growing up, what you would get from your parents, maybe when they grow older, piece of land or an apartment, but that doesn't make you a successful person. Yeah, and what you're giving them is what makes them successful and happy and fulfilled, and they can make their own living. This is so amazing. So Isa, lots of beautiful wins. And I mean, so you mentioned you're making like between 5, 12K per month, but like you're working 2 hours a day. That's
Yeah.
max, right? That's just incredible. Just to compare, like how many hours were you putting in before in your network marketing business?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I was working sometimes 6 hours a day, sometimes 8 hours a day, every single day. I was like not eating dinner with my family.
Yeah,
I can't even, almost like I threw
yeah,
those out, those
yeah, yeah.
memories away. It was such
So it's
torture. I
huge.
don't want.
It's huge. Yeah. That is just amazing. And also like that business was not really flying before, right? When you were putting in so much time, and now it's
Yeah.
like 12K. I
And
love it.
I feel like something that made me really open also, so when I was in my old network marketing business or doing my old work, I got sick. I had a period of time where I was sick and I couldn't really do anything. All I did was like slept and meditate and took baths. And that was my biggest month. And I feel like I always say this, but it was such a like, oh my gosh, the light bulb went off. You don't have to put in so much work.
Yeah.
You have like you can do this without torturing yourself. And
Yeah.
I know that we've had a few success stories, and I don't know if you can tell, but like I feel like every success story is a little different because the skills that you learn in TIR, it's not kind of like you learn them and that's it. It's like they evolve. You're like, oh my gosh, I can use this for this. I can use this for this. Oh, this is what I need to do to cope with this.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we should think about investments, investing in ourselves, because it's not like I'm going to take this investment and it's going to be right here. The reason you're not where you want to be, either you're lacking the mindset, so you need to find that somewhere, or you're lacking the skill, right? Or you're just not doing the work. that
Yeah,
you need to
I think
like,
it's the first one and the last one more
yeah,
than
but
often than not.
yeah, is that a lot of us really want to do the work and then we feel ourselves getting stuck, right? We don't know what to do, or we have a lot of excuses, but those same excuses that we have are the reasons, right? Because your kids, that's also a reason why you should do the work or why you should. And you have these blocks that you don't even know where they are. And TIR, I think, is going to be very, very beneficial in finding out where they are because most of them are not, oh, this is a block from yesterday. Oh, this is a block because you're X, Y, and Z. It's a block that you don't even exist from like back in the day, and all you have to do is like use a few tools, try to clear it, and you're just going to see astounding results. And the way that you feel is just going to be like, oh my gosh, this is all I had to do. Like it almost doesn't make sense. It almost doesn't make sense, but it totally
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Well, look, oh, this is just so amazing. I always talk about effective action. So it's not that we stop taking actions, we do take actions, but these actions combined with the right mindset produce different results. And this is why many of our clients reduce the working hours because it's the right actions with the right intention, with the right mindset, and boom, things happen. 2 hours compared to 6 hours, and it's multiplication of income. It's freaking amazing. And you have fun, and you have fun with your children and your family, and oh, it's just so beautiful. So, Isa, lots of beautiful results. What would you say? So we know that, we have the outside results, but we also become a different version of ourselves in the process, right? What would you say is the biggest transformation about who you have become in the process? How are you different?
Well, I think overall I'm a better mom, but second of all, I don't think that I had a lot of issues with lack. Like I couldn't be grateful just being at home. I always thought of the next thing. It was like the anxiety. And
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a mom thing, if it's a woman thing, probably the way you're raised, both, right? Like I thought sitting down and drinking coffee was lazy.
yeah,
I thought if my windows weren't washed, things weren't gonna like, I don't know.
yeah.
And it like just taking TIR and just seeing the things that I'm doing today, you don't have to be perfect. And I think that's what we strive. We strive to be perfect because if we're not perfect, this person is doing this. Stop comparing yourselves, right? Like look at your life today. And are you okay with it being like this for the rest of your life? Are your kids happy? Are you happy? Do you not want anything to change and you're going to be completely fine with that? If your answer is yes, then you're probably doing some things right. But a lot of the times the answer is not yes. A lot of the times we want more money, we want more freedom, we want to have more time with our kids, we don't want to send kids to daycare, so on and so forth. And I finally am happy where I am. It doesn't matter. Like I don't have to go on vacation to be happy.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
I like
it's a good one.
it? Like, of course I do. But like we're going to like a $10 water park and I just am having the time of my life.
Yeah.
Yesterday I with my daughter and it was like the most fun conversation. It's like learning to really live and enjoy with what you have now because a lot of the times we try to attract what we want, but we attract who we are, right? And just changing that overall person that you are is going to change everything in your life. Everything, not just one thing, to like everything, your money, your relationships, the people that you become friends with, the people. I feel like sometimes we're scared of losing some people,
Mhm,
right? But
mhm.
everybody comes to our lives for a reason. And if you lose people, just be grateful. I experienced this person. I had fun with this person. This person was here for a reason. Bless, let go, and just relax. You're going to be relaxed. You're going to be, I don't know how to explain it, but you can tell. I feel like
Happy,
I'm
happy,
always
fulfilled,
happy.
living the life to the
Like,
fullest, and
exactly.
efficiently making money. I love it. So, Isa, was there like, so in the moment of decision making, right? When you were making a decision to invest in yourself, was there anything trying to pull you away from that decision, whether in your mind or in your external circumstances? And how did you still make this decision?
Everything was trying to pull me away. Everything, including I was so nervous. I was so nervous. And I know that Aneta's no longer here, but she's like, "Are you ready to make this decision?" And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. And then I paid with my card and it was declined because of I guess I had to let my company know that I'm charging
Yes. Yeah.
something, a different currency. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a sign. I shouldn't do this. And then she did it again and it went through. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so it's a sign that I should do this because it did go through. I'm going to tell you, we are very scared of change. And
Yeah.
I was super like, what are people going to think? I'm not successful enough to be making this kind of an investment. It's going to take time away from my family when I'm trying to have more time. So yes, there were so many excuses and so many reasons to say no. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, I'm like, you know what, freaking, I've been working so hard and I've been doing all these things that I thought were right. And I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still like hustling and I'm still ignoring my kids. Like, do I want this? Like, do I want something to change? And I want to tell you that, like, if you make an investment that's a little bigger than you're used to,
Yeah.
you're going to work a lot harder. You're going to work a lot harder because you're like, oh my gosh, I spent this money. I'm going to put in the work. And if you are somebody that's going to put in the work and really wants to change, like 100%, you need to invest in TIR because there are going to be reasons to hold you back. Your husband might not say yes. And I know that Eva goes through like how to do that, how to deal with that. It's an investment. It really is.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things holding you back, and change and fear isn't always bad, right? Like think of starting a new job. You don't know anything, you're scared, but you do things differently. You get into the habit and then you feel more confident. So I feel like this is the same with making any sort of investment for any kind of education. We are taught as kids that you need to go to college, that you need to learn, you need to get good grades. I don't know how that stops once you graduate and go to work. You're still needing to get education and you're still needing to invest in the right mentors that have done what you want to do so that you can keep growing and get to where you need to go.
Yeah. Beautiful. So, Isa, another interesting question that I sometimes receive from network marketers. Okay, well, I have training inside my network marketing company. How is this different? Why should I invest in another training? Can you share a little bit of thoughts about this?
Sure. So I feel like network marketing training is very good. I feel like a lot of companies have come very far, but they don't have the personalized time and a way of getting to your blocks, right? Like they say, oh, paradigm. Like, do you really even know what a paradigm is? Do you know how to get through the block? Do they tell you to build a self-image script? Do you know what that is? I feel like it's very layered, and it's Bob Proctor, okay? Like he is the expert in everything. So it's not like it's just some person that has learned. Yes, we want to learn from the people that have success, but if somebody is teaching you network marketing, they're teaching you network marketing. Okay. If somebody's going to be teaching you mindset, you want to go with somebody that's an expert and has done all this training in mindset. And with TIR, you have the actual lessons, which are with Bob, right? Online. You have the practicality, which Eva actually takes you in. You have a call. I think it's still 2 calls a week, right?
Mhm.
Um, get to ask questions and how do you apply this practically, right? Because it's great to know all these things. I'm sure you guys on here know so many things that you're not using because you have no clue how to actually apply it in real life. And then you have the sandwich, which is the mastermind, right? You
Yeah.
talk to people that are in your network. So network marketers meet with network marketers like, hey, what's working right now? What are you doing right now? Here's your action. Here's the tactical. Try this. We'll meet back next week. And I have to say, I'm very like partial because I used to be a mastermind leader and that was so fun for me. I learned so much as like people were asking questions.
Yeah.
I learned so much and I was just there to help, right? To lead the call. So um I think that in itself, like you can learn a lot on the calls, but I feel a lot of the things aren't given to you like, oh, just do the work. Yeah, but why aren't you doing the work, right? None of us are lazy.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
are really like lazy. And all of a sudden you sit down and do the work and this comes up, this comes up, this comes up. Why is that happening, right? Don't you want to find out why that's happening? No network marketer is going to tell you why that's happening. So
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that's why it's very different.
I love what you said. Like, we don't not do the work because we don't want to do the work. We don't do the work because usually there is some mindset block. And sometimes we do the work, but we don't see the results because there is a mindset block that we don't see, right? So this is so powerful. All right, Isa, well, I suppose the final question, you did actually kind of speak to it quite a lot, but we have a bunch of participants watching us. They're from different industries, and we know how it goes. They may feel, I do guide participants a lot with regards to intuitive decision and paradigm decision. We know that many of them may feel that I can help them. Many of them feel they would like to do this, but there is something, their mind is telling them why they can't or why not now, or maybe their circumstances telling them. What would be your best tip how to make the best decision for them and their goals?
Sure. So I feel like this answer has changed a little bit too, because I've worked with a lot of people now that are successful. And a lot of people that are successful didn't wait until they had the money to invest in things.
Yeah.
They didn't, oh, I'm going to wait until I'm this, right? You want to become successful as soon as you can. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to create shortcuts, right? If somebody said, I'm going to give you a YouTube video for $20, you're going to be like, okay, I'll watch it sometime, right? But if somebody said, hey, this is a limited time deal, you have 6 months to do this course or whatever, you have to get all the information, like, and it's going to help you with this and this. And I think like a lot of the times we are very negligent with the free information and the information that we have lifetime access to, and are very, what's the word I'm trying, like very on top of things that are, oh my gosh, like it's going to expire, I need to get this information. And that's actually how you're going to advance, how you're going to do the work, because you're actually going to do the work. You're going to be kind of forced to do the work because you don't want it to go to waste. And if, like I said before, if you think that you're okay with where you are right now, with the way that your business is, you don't want to scale, you have a perfect family life, like you would change absolutely nothing, then yeah, maybe this is for you, maybe this isn't. But if somewhere deep down you're like, you know what, I would really want to know what this financial freedom is. I would really want my business to be like big, or my family to love what I do, and so on and so forth. Like this is going to be a good investment for you. And it's not just an investment for you. If you have kids, you can teach all of this to your kids. My kids to this day listen to Bob's recordings and they think they're his friends and they're like, oh, is this Bob? I'm like, yeah, it's
Oh, I love it.
yeah. So like they know who they are. They're like reading different books. And I feel like it's really helped me open up to my husband also, because as network marketers, I'm going to relate to a lot of you who are network marketers on here. We don't set specific time to work. We feel, especially when we start, we have to answer every single person right away or they're going to disappear, right? Because we don't have that mindset yet. We think that we're going to work during dinner, we're going to work during, and what do our spouses and our kids see? That we're on the phone all the time and we tell them we're working, but we're not really working because we answer a question here, we answer a question here. And when you have the right mindset, you're going to value your time a lot more. You're going to value the people around you a lot more. And you're going to be able to focus all of the energy, all of your great mindset on actually creating a network that's going to buy from you. Okay. They're going to want to be a part of you. People that don't want to, like people that don't even buy from me, they're like, I wake up every morning and I look at your stuff because it makes me happy. And you know what? I'm okay with people not buying because I know that somebody else is going to buy from me. So if you want that place, this is definitely the course. This is definitely the mentorship that you need to invest in.
Beautiful. Thank you. So guys, I just agree with everything that Isabella said, and there were so many golden nuggets. I think one of the biggest thing that I just want to share with you again is this is investment in you and entire family. And I know this might be very important for those of you, especially who are mothers, because mothers usually think that, oh my God, me investing in myself, I'm taking this money away from investing in my children, in my household. And the truth is, this is the biggest investment in your entire family. And because when you increase your income and you're kinder to your children, and you teach them these tools that you learn, the life skills. This is the best legacy, and you have more time for them to enjoy life. I mean, seriously, there's nothing better. I wish my parents did this course, but there's a reason why I had to figure it out myself and be here to share this with you. But you have opportunity to change your children's life by investing in yourself first. It's actually taught, we are taught this even on an airplane. Put your air mask on first, then everybody benefits. So we hope that this inspired you. And if it has, the link to join us is in the description of this video. And we hope to see you on the other side. Thank you so much, Isa.